Now, the Palin Update with Kevin Scholla presents Liberty and Legacy. Here's Tamara Colbert.
This week's sleight of hand on Capitol Hill was breathtaking, and liberty-taking too. The Congressional Freedom Caucus, comprised of members who are conservative, Tea Party-esque, constitutionalists, caved to reconsidering Representative Paul Ryan for the job of Speaker of the House to replace outgoing John Boehner when he resigns at midnight on October 31st. Looks like the Day of the Dead is actually that this year, when we can look forward to laying to rest Boehner's dead policies, dead decision, and brain-dead leadership. How will Paul Ryan do is anyone's guess. Unfortunately, it's hard to be an optimist with the track record of those in federal office today who have obstinately refused to do the will of the people. And this includes Ryan, who's been endorsed by now all the top brain-dead players on the left: Pelosi, Reid, Obama, and of course Luis Gutierrez, the congressman who's working with Ryan on giving Obama his blanket amnesty. For heaven's sakes, haven't we had enough? Aren't we at the breaking point? Well, there's nothing I want to do more than have Paul Ryan turn out to be a hero to the grassroots and all Americans. And by actually being able to do this, from demonstrating that he hasn't just listened, but that he's heard and internalized what the people want. And what we want is to encourage him, give him courage and strength to do the right thing. What do we want? Well, we want him to finish the job we started in 2009. Right? Which was to eliminate Obamacare once and for all. Forget the bogus 40 symbolic votes on the House floor, but now actually use Congress's power of the purse to defund every single part of it. Let's bring justice to the 4 Americans who gave their lives in Benghazi because of the lies of Hillary Clinton and the White House conspiring together to prop themselves up before the 2012 re-election of Obama. These 4 Americans gave their lives in a hellhole on this earth for something they believed in. What are you willing to do? What we want the Congress to do is to rethink and work to eliminate the abuses by government agencies. Let's just take the IRS. And do everything they can to stop Obama for the next 375 days. Make Obama impotent. Why are these things an important start? Well, for a few reasons, such as the fact that 2016 may very well be the line in the sand for America. If we elect socialist Bernie Sanders, or the farther left but afraid to say she's a socialist, Hillary Clinton, then we as a nation do not deserve freedom and self-governance. Because it was on our watch that we let this precious, incredible gift of a God-given, divinely ordained nation slip through our fingers because we didn't have the will or the love of freedom to fight, to sacrifice, and to passionately upend the powers of evil inherent in the very nature of socialism, class warfare, corrupt government rule, and tyranny at all levels. We've let it go on so long, we may not be able to get it back. Am I a positive realist? I hope so. But it is time for us to understand that all the hearings on this earth will never convict Lois Lerner or Hillary Clinton. Late last week, Department of Injustice Loretta Lynch said they are not going to pursue any punishment or otherwise against Lois Lerner, even though it's been proven over and over again that she not only mistreated and abused her power at the IRS, but at the FEC also. There will be no justice. But someday there will be. This IRS case is not closed, which is why the next president we elect is going to be so important. And we are going to be important for driving him to do what we want him to do. This is the foreshadowing of what is not to come for Hillary, as we know that the hearing that Congressman Gowdy has so gallantly fought and led in the name of justice, unfortunately, will never find resolution or restitution. It is unfortunate that another filthy, slimy, deceitful Democrat will once again literally get away with murder. And she's running for president! Oh my goodness! And she thinks that the presidency is her right, that she is somehow entitled. May God truly help us in these next 375 days to humbly bow before him and beg from our souls for mercy on us and forgiveness for our nation. But I will say, I don't believe for a second we are without hope. I heard someone this week talking about a divine fingerprint. And I thought about the fact that all of us, each one of us, has a unique fingerprint that only we have. No other individual will ever have the same fingerprint, either who was born before us or will come after us, even though our DNA is 99% the same. What's important about those fingerprints is the fact we get to leave our mark on what we touch. How will your divine fingerprint impact your legacy of what you touch and leave behind for this nation, for your posterity? Our founders left their fingerprints everywhere. From the Mayflower landing at Plymouth to the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the fabric of our nation and the DNA that has been woven with this American ideal. What we have now on Capitol Hill are fingerprints that law enforcement are searching for and inspecting and investigating. Fingerprints of illegal and malicious activity meant to destroy what is touched, meant to steal our birthright and our blessed heritage, leaving nothing behind except corruption and dirty, not divine fingerprints. But we have a chance to wipe clean our nation of these dirty, corrupt fingerprints. Let's just say we can dust them off our heritage and then replace them with our fingerprints, with your fingerprints that can set a true mark upon our nation for her next great century. What character are you looking for in legislative fingerprints in 2016? I really want to know. Tweet me this week at Tamara Colbert, hashtag Mama Grizzly Radio, and let me know. Have a great week. God bless you. I'm Tamara Colbert for Mama Grizzly Radio.
Tamara Colbert in Texas. Tune in for more Liberty and Legacy next week. And to learn about Convention of States, head to conventionofstates.com. Now our weekly commentary, Steel Resolve. Here's Sarah Steelman.
Thanks, Kevin. While most of Washington is focused on presidential politics, who will be the next Speaker of the House, and Hillary's emails, Iran and Russia are becoming BFFs, best friends forever. Earlier this year, to reward Iran for making progress on the deal that is supposed to prevent the Middle Eastern country from developing nuclear weapons, Russia sanctioned the sale of its S-300 advanced missile system, which had been put on hold because of sanctions. This past Sunday, 3 Iranian ships arrived in Russia's territorial waters to build stronger ties with Russia's military. And now, of course, Iran joins Russia and Hezbollah to back the Syrian regime. They just expanded their ground forces to recapture territory lost to the rebels. Of course, this relationship between Iran and Russia has only grown stronger since the U.S. and Iran signed the nuclear agreement. Oh, and by the way, that Washington Post journalist was convicted of espionage in Iran. That's one of the prisoners that Obama failed to get released when he made the Iranian agreement. And to top it all off, Iran tested a ballistic missile this month. Obama made an agreement with Iran, and Iran couldn't wait to get back in bed with Russia. And yet somehow Obama trusts Iran to tell the truth about nuclear weaponry. You know, with friends like these, who needs enemies? This is Sarah Steelman from Mama Grizzly Radio.
Tune in again next week for another segment of Steel Resolve right here on the Palin Update. The Palin Update, including Liberty and Legacy and Steel Resolve, is on demand and available for download. So just head to mamagrizzlyradio.com, pick the show you want to hear, and you can listen anywhere, anytime. Well, that'll just about do it for this edition of the Palin Update on Mama Grizzly Radio. Visit mamagrizzlyradio.com for continuing coverage of Governor Palin. Also, like Mama Grizzly Radio on Facebook and follow along on Twitter at Mama Grizz Radio, at Kevin Scholla, at Tamara Colbert, and at Sarah_Steelman. And I'm doing some writing for Breitbart News. Go to Breitbart.com and search Kevin Scholla. I want to thank Sarah Steelman, Tamara Colbert, and everyone here at Mama Grizzly Radio. Thanks to Howard Johnson, and thank you for listening today. A special thanks to our sponsor, Narrowgate Security Agency. Visit narrowgate.com. The Palin Update is produced by Lena Anderson, the Andy L. Kramer, and Lori Ann Lewis. Please be sure to join us again next time for another edition of the Palin Update right here on Mama Grizzly Radio. I'm Kevin Scholla. Have a pleasant day.